Welcome back. I hope that you took 2 weeks of a break to really hone in and focus on your strategy and creating all of your content. I know it can be really overwhelming, especially if you haven't done this before and you're taking on all of the marketing yourself, or if you're brand new to a company, you need to not only create a new strategy or understand the strategy they already have, but you also need to get to know some of the branding and the brand standards that have been created by the graphic designer so that you can undertake some of those new duties for your Instagram and all of the other profiles as well. So with that said, let's talk about how to adapt your Instagram profile to your brand new branding. So much brand talk, guys. So remember in the video where we were talking about brand coloring and how to adhere your branding to your Instagram profile through filters and whatnot? This is where we're going to talk a little bit more about that. So if you've created all of your brand colors and you have a great set of new imagery and quotes and Twitter quotes that you want to pull in, or different design elements you want to incorporate within your profile, we need to make sure that we're adhering to the brand standards we have set. And by that, I mean if you're going to have some kind of grid where you're doing picture, quote, make sure that you have a color scheme that really works and flows well together. If you take a look at Andrea Warrock's Instagram page, you'll see that she has a blush color and a soft teal. These two colors are not bam in your face colors. They're very soft and gentle, which is the approach that she generally takes towards her content and finance on her Instagram page. But these colors are also her brand colors and allow her to pull in other elements from her website to create a more holistic approach and look to her marketing. One thing that you need to consider as well are the kinds of tools that you're going to involve when you're creating all of these new branded elements for your Instagram page. How many images are you going to include within one singular post? Quick tip here, you can incorporate up to 10 images on your Instagram post. If you take a look at Stephanie O'Connell's page, she has a couple of image blocks where she has a couple of tips and tricks and different statements she's making on one particular subject. If you scroll through it, you can most definitely see all of the branding elements included. Now, if we refer back to another video where I mentioned she doesn't have all of her branding all over her page all the time, she shares content from other creators, content from her interviews and stuff. So she has a branding standard that she's created where she's more about her personality and her voice as opposed to the branding and the coloring and the visual she wants to give to her followers. Another thing you want to make sure that you're including in your Instagram branding are some consistent call to actions. If we refer back to our beliefs and behaviors and the brand experiences that we've created, with those brand experiences, we can draw some conclusions about call to actions that we want to include. You're not always going to have 100% the same 10 different call to actions throughout your profile. It's going to shift and change with the product or service you're speaking about. So make sure that your branding is focused on the language that you use and the tone that you use when you're adhering those call to actions for your Instagram brand. Another thing you want to make sure that you're doing is you're creating a consistent posting schedule. This is especially important when you're focusing on your followers and making sure that they're involved and engaged with your content. So if you're going to post willy-nilly whenever the heck you want, people aren't really going to stay intact and stay engaged with your brand because they don't know when to expect content and how often to expect new content because you're just not consistent enough. So an example that you could adhere to when it comes to creating a brand consistency standard for your Instagram page, maybe you're going to have a new video every single week. So you can say, tune in on Fridays to my Instagram TV where I'll have new uploads about topic X, Y, and Z. Another thing you could do too is that if you don't want to have new video content every single week because creating video content is time consuming, then what you can do is let people know at the end of the month or on the 30th of every single month, maybe except for February, on the 30th of every month, you're going to have a brand new video for everyone to see. And then throughout that month, you can be consistent in your conversation about that video and whet people's appetites about that video and get them excited and ready to tune in. And then you can have a really huge, great premiere on your YouTube channel or on Facebook or wherever it is that you're posting that video. Making sure that your followers have a consistent idea as to when to expect your major user content is vital to getting people engaged on your Instagram profile. The next thing and the most important thing about your Instagram page is your bio. This is where new followers and warm leads are going to be looking for information about your brand. So if you begin to look at other people's Instagram bios, there is a plethora of variety out there to look at. Some people like to involve emoticons within their profiles. Some people like to have a list of all the things that they've accomplished. And other people like to list out their vision or their mission statement and what they might be having coming out for the next season. Some of the examples that you need to be looking at are how people within your super niche down niche are advertising their bios. Are they listing things out? Are they highlighting their accomplishments or the main points about them as an individual? Or are they saying, I help young entrepreneurs refocus their brands for each singular social media platform? Whatever it is that your Instagram page is about is what your bio needs to be about. And it needs to really reflect the vision that you wrote way back at the beginning of this course. So if you need to have some ideas when it comes to how to create your bio or what you want your bio to say, refer back to number 3 and number 4 worksheets so that you can reread some of those beliefs and some of that initial work that you did so that you can create a couple of different bios. I highly suggest creating 3 to 4 different Instagram bios and testing them out to see what kind of reaction you get from your followers if you were looking for a reaction, or to test out the kinds of products and services that really hit home for the people on Instagram. The last branding standard I really want you to focus on too are your hashtags. We have a video coming up where we talk about hashtag philosophy because it's a thing, and we also talk about hashtag research and how to perform it. You need to be thinking about how many hashtags you're going to include in each of your posts, and if you're going to have a hashtag that's branded to your company. Branded hashtags like hashtag mother of marketing or hashtag training my dragons or something like that are hashtags that I use every now and then when I have a post that's specifically about some of the different marketing aspects I'm promoting. So making sure that you have a branded hashtag is a great idea, as it does allow for you to click on that hashtag and see all of the posts that are associated with that hashtag. And if you're a huge brand like Nike or Puma, you can have people begin to follow that hashtag, and then you'll see every single bit of user content where someone has posted about hashtag Nike. Well, that's it for adhering your brand to Instagram. Super easy, super quick. We've covered a lot of the aspects in previous videos, and you should have covered some of the stuff when creating your strategy. If you have any ideas or different things that you need help with when it comes to adhering your Instagram to your new brand standards, hit us up in the Facebook group. I have a really great video on adhering your Instagram account to brand standards listed in the content of this piece of the course. So make sure that you click on that if you're having any kind of struggles. I'll see you in the next video.